The other thing that's possible is if you're in a situation like this, you can actually put the safety on. I'm putting the safety on. Okay, then you get the gun back and you put the safety off. So you're struggling over the weapon, he's about to pull the trigger, and you say, oh no you don't, you put the safety on. See? So I grab the gun, put the safety on, doesn't fire. Fighting over the gun, about here, we're fighting over the gun, put the safety on, right? We're fighting over the gun, I can grab right here to stop the hammer from going down. When this hammer goes down, the gun goes off. So I can just simply grab here, they pull the trigger, and I let it go too soon. So I can simply grab here, hammer goes down, and I've got to, well, if I hold on to the hammer, then it's not going to go off. See? Pulling the trigger. Problem is you got to let that hammer down easy. Also, this is a Taurus, this is a decocking device. So I could actually grab the weapon and decock it. So we're fighting over this weapon, I can just press this, which is the safety, up to make it go unsafe, or I can press it down and the hammer goes down safely. Decocking lever. So I'm here, I just press this lever down, boom. Of course they can still pull it all the way, double action. But if I grab it here and stop the hammer from coming down, it will not fire. So anyway, grab it, hammer doesn't go down, doesn't fire. Now the problem is, if I release too quickly, then it does shoot. So if I grab this hammer and stop it, I've got to let it down easy, right? Because if I just grab the hammer, they're still got their finger on the trigger, and I release too quickly, the hammer drops out of the way. So I've got to grab it, and what I do is I grab it, stop the trigger, and then just kind of push my thumb, let it go forward. What else can you do? Okay, you're fighting over this gun. What you can do is put your finger behind the trigger. Now he can't pull the trigger, so he's not going to be able to shoot you if he can't pull the trigger. What else can you do? If they've got the gun, they're trying to fire it, you can simply grab the slide and pull back. So now when they pull the trigger, they can't shoot because you've pushed the slide back. So they go to fire, you pull the slide back, they can't fire. Now when the slide comes back, then they can fire. Pull the slide back, nothing happens. Slide forward, it can happen. Here, can't happen. Finger behind the trigger, can't pull it. One of the things you could do possibly is hit the magazine release. That may be hard because his hand's going to be in the way. That's a possibility. What else can you do? Okay, if the gun is like this, you could reach behind the trigger. That way the trigger cannot come back. So that's another thing you can do. This is a Taurus P292, but it's similar in most ways except for the decocker and safety to the Beretta 9mm that's used by the United States military. So this is a common handgun. So anyway, the trigger's back, the hammer's back, the hammer's forward. This hammer has to come all the way back before the gun will fire. So if you were to stop that hammer from coming back, then it can't fire. See? Can't fire because the hammer can't come back. So that's yet another thing you can do. But you know, if you just grab this thing tightly, he's probably going to be nervous. It's going to pop off around, and guess what? It's got a weapon that's not going to work. But when you get the gun back, you can simply rack to slide, good to go. Then when this happens, of course, now you got two weapons.